The affiliates, nigga.
Shout to my nigga Bush. G-Man, Parquet. The whole Ghoul Squad.
I get so much dirt in the streets, I wonder if it's too late for me. If I get this life up in one day, God open up the gates for me. I don't know if I can stop. I get excited when that gun go off and that man drop. Any problems your man's got, I'ma grab the iron and go twist his cat back like a can pop. I belong in the streets like a picture in a frame, like a clucker with the cane. I'm addicted to the game, and though I am conscious when I'm clapping, I'm not afraid. I know the consequences of my actions. I don't duck when the trouble comes my way. I got 2 kids and one on the way. If one of them is hungry, I'ma open up that closet full of guns and put one on my waist. Kick in the door for them funds in that safe. Snatch you up, make your close ones run in that gate. It feels good to bring the money back home, but Lord knows what I'm doing is wrong. Our Father, I ask for mercy. I wasn't in my right mind, I was thirsty. I washed the blood off my hands. Forgive me for I have sinned. And Father, I know I live dirty, just most niggas don't make it to see third. Lord, if I was to die today and reach the gates, would you let me get? Streets with the tech in my drawers. Me and my niggas no respect for the law. While everybody in they squad was selling it hard, we switched it up and hit the deck with that raw. The tip moving good, I got it pumped now. It's lovely, every nigga in the hood wanna jump down. You broke if you not with me. I got clucks coming from across the city to come shop with me. Everybody wanted the butter. I got too thirsty, started selling to my best friend's mother. Greed made me do it. I could've said no, but I needed that loot. In the hood, the bread was slow. Gonna stop eventually. Till this rap crack, I'm dishing out packs, throwing rocks at the penitentiary. It feels good to bring the money back home, but Lord knows what I'm doing is wrong. Our Father, I ask for mercy. I wasn't in my right mind, I was thirsty. I washed the blood off my hands. Forgive me for I have sinned. And Father, I know I live dirty, most niggas don't make it to see third. If I was to die today and reach the gates, would you let me get? When it hurts, you gotta put a nigga that you love in the dirt. To kill the bitch who did it, I hunger and thirst. My family felt pain, I make his family feel worse. Rather take a Glock, anything that works. I won't quit till this motherfucking Vic get murked. Man, I'm out here putting in work. I know it's been a long time since the God stepped foot in the church, but I pay my tithes different. You niggas don't acknowledge who the bum on the corner that I gave a couple dollars to. The girl wasn't fortunate to receive a scholarship. She gave us $1,000 so she could get through college. My boy got killed and married. Mary was his mother. She was poor, couldn't afford to get him buried. I got her that in a tombstone. Make you so right if you think that the shit bump do is wrong. Our Father, I ask for mercy. Forgive me, man. Right mind, I was thirsty. I stretched out blood off my hands to get out from the streets. Trying to get my team out of the streets. Most niggas don't mean I'm wrong. I got kids, man. Was to die today and we ain't gon' do without their father.
R.I.P. to the competition. Word to my brother's drama. Trans to the sense, what's up? Getting too stupid. No idea, I hear you.
No idea, cook the track up. I'ma lay the crack down, bump Jay back down. The proud owner of that crown. Rap clowns ain't got the background of Chi-Town. Streets is mine, all mine. You mini-me's can't be me, but y'all trying. Till them critics tell you niggas forget it like all's time. Us small timers don't come to my waistline. I snaps when I hit them hi-hats and bass lines. My lines uncut, fiends dying to taste mine. Your shit stepped on, guess you trying to make wine. Fine, you fine, all the rhymes is garbage. You ain't painted one picture and you call yourself an artist. I'ma eat regardless. Fans beg my pardon, but the G's back to finish what he started. Them niggas ain't killers, just targets. I could run left pass around them pussies just jogging. I'm hogging this lane, there's no room for any other lame human being trying to sing to my tune. I don't fold or swallow my pride. There's a war going on, it's raining bullets, don't get cold outside. Nah, I said hip-hop is dead, and Wayne said he's the best alive. They must have thought I died. Well, hey, it's a letter to my competition. P.S. I'm still here, truly yours, the opposition. Biggie on one shoulder telling me don't sweat these niggas. Pac on the other shoulder like get at these niggas. Grab the tech, pull up, hop out and stretch these niggas. They'll take advantage of you if you let these niggas. Not butter slick bump, fuck a bitch bump. Never prey on the weak, but it's time to eat and you just lunch. I put the pistol on you pussies in arm reach. I bet he fold up like laundry. They hate them sipping Don P's, calm breeze under the palm trees. Paparazzi all on me, I'm getting my Don C on. Take your tape, but I ain't gon' just break your camera, I'll break your face. Have my nigga take the case, this rap game's just a racing. You're just second place, I'm so far ahead, I can sit down and take a break. I roll stolo from state to state, paper plates on the new coupe. Tell them fruit tube paved the way, haters hateful, wish he fails. But it's safe to say this tailor-made flow fits me well. I went to church and the reverend said my shit do smell. And if you wanna get to heaven, gotta get through hell. I look at you rap niggas like that nigga, you kidding, lame a trap nigga, he ain't like that nigga who's spitting, cross me and it's detrimental. 100 carats in the presidential, nigga, there's the window. Jump out, kill yourself, get it over quick. You know the lick, cheese back at it, daddy, it's over with. Your cliques full of beggars, eyes full of earners. It's just me and my bitch, car full of burners. Long kiss, send them up to God. That's what happened when you fuck with ours. Wonder why I go so fucking hard. Mama said to shoot for the moon and miss, bound to hit a couple stars. The big dipper, you small fries, it's all lies. The most honorable bump resides, all rise. Here's a letter to my competition. P.S. Step your game up, I'm out, the competition.
Now I know some niggas is mad, but it's not my fault. It's just part of the game. I mean, you can do what I do too. Well, maybe not, but you can try. If it's not too late. Catch up, nigga.
Chosen King couldn't walk in me and Rob's shoes if he wanted to. And he know it. He know it. We're gonna slice his ass to smithereens today. It's going down all day. This is Chosen, the neediest day.
You better mark a mile in my Converse. Being at the top is what I deserve. I swear I'ma cry till my soul hurts. $1 is the only thing that my time's worth. You better walk a mile in my Converse. Being at the top is what I deserve. I swear I'ma cry till my soul hurts. $1 is the only thing that my time's worth.
Stars on my shoes, that's how am I. I've been running this for the longest, how far am I? Haters and obstacles never startle. I converse with her whenever she start to cry. Her face just tell it all when she start to lie. She know I'm real, she says being honest hard to try. I tell her try to issue you, it might work. With a lot of ambition, it'll take some slight work. Winter days, summer nights, they say you wrong whenever that paper coming right. Rich crew shit, people trying to join, we independent, that's a motherfucking common slice.
You better walk a mile in my Converse. Being at the top is what I deserve. I swear I'ma cry till my soul hurts. $1 is the only thing that my time's worth. You better walk a mile in my Converse. Being at the top is what I deserve. I swear I'ma cry till my soul soul hurts. A dollar is the only thing that my time's worth.
I'm a star. Somebody lie. If you wanna make it far, you gotta see right past the sky. If you hate me, then to love me, it don't hurt too bad to try. Everything is for a reason, it don't hurt to ask them why. Bad feeling, good mood, you know me. Bad women, good dude, yeah. I'm actually trying to make it nationally. Hard working, who me? I'm glad you can see. Thanks. 40 days, 40 nights, 40 stages and 40 mics, 40 lives. I don't even get the credit that I should. I didn't put in so much work, I'ma need 40 stripes for my stripe.
You couldn't walk a mile in my Converse. Being at the top is what I deserve. I swear I'ma cry till my soul hurts. A dollar is the only thing that my time's worth. You couldn't walk a mile in my Converse. Being at the top is what I deserve. I swear I'ma cry till my soul hurts. A dollar is the only thing that my time's worth.
Good morning, everybody. We're gonna get right into it. This is for educational purpose. Fuck YouTube. Fuck YouTube. Leave us alone. Leave us the fuck alone. Excuse my language this morning, but I get so sick and tired of YouTube messing with us when the only thing we're trying to do is get some real information out. Fuck YouTube.
Technical things. So let's for your continued support of my channel and just really helping to keep it going. So thank you very much. And I will have another Patreon video coming tomorrow, but I'll keep you updated with that. So let's have a look at this interesting case here of something strange happened to this individual. This individual was called Ryan Singleton. He was a 24-year-old man who was found without his organs in his body, without his eyes, without his liver, without any of the characteristics that you would attribute to animals, such as if due to facial scarring and things like that. If it was birds, you'd expect to see those around the eye sockets. A lot of these very mysterious cases, you don't see that. So what caused it? Well, no one knows. But let's give a shout out to where I got this from, which was from Reddit Conspiracy. Jumping over here to Sausages the Cat, who posted this on Reddit Conspiracy. If you're familiar with Missing 411 or David Paulides' work, his numerous books on this, then you're probably familiar with this case as well, at least just the superficial view of it as mentioned. I think David Paulides mentions this work. I'm pretty sure he does. Very famous example, of course, back from 2013. I hadn't seen a lot about it until I checked there on the internet and seen it's been updated there by the Daily Mail and a number of places now, with his mother asking for explanations. So just a shout out to Sausages. A link will be placed in the comment section. Sausages the Cat. Excellent name for a I guess you would call, what'd you call that? A login name or whatever they call it these days. As you can see, I'm very up on all of these names for all these technical things. So let's have a look at this here. So this Georgia model, this 24-year-old man was a model, vanishes, the body is found without organs. So he was a model from Atlanta. He took a trip to LA. While driving back to Las Vegas, his rental car breaks down in Death Valley. Highway Patrol spots him and brings him to a gas station. While waiting there for his friend, he vanishes. So this individual vanished without a trace, and when he was found by hikers, as the main narrative goes, when he was found by hikers, what happened is they found him in the desert, and he had no eyes. Okay, and then when it was examined, it found that his organs had been taken out or eaten by some strange animal that doesn't display the other characteristics of normal animals. And then you see like tear marks and flesh wounds and things like that, or if it's birds eating his eyes, for example. I don't mean to be so graphic, but you'd see the markings from the claws of the bird, etc., around the eye sockets and things like that, and pecking marks, which would, birds tend to leave markings, okay, and so do other animals. So, but in a number of rare cases, if you follow David Paulides' work, or things like cattle mutilations, which happen to people as well, they're called human mutilations, as a matter of fact. This could be an example of it, although I haven't seen any photos to really cross-reference the kinds of architecture of the wounds and things of that nature. But nonetheless, very interesting story here. And of course, this was confirmed. It's a confirmed story. This is a confirmed news story. It's all out there. Highway Patrol, for instance, when they spot him, the officer found that he didn't look inebriated or anything like that. Otherwise, he would have taken him probably into custody. Okay, if he was staggering along drunk, he obviously doesn't want him to get back into his car, even if he's just left him at the gas station. So his car's a distance away from the gas station. That's important to point out. So what could have happened if we're going to speculate? And I'll go into far more other details here, because there is something strange that happened to this individual called Ryan Singleton, 24-year-old man. So if we're going to speculate and look at these details, what could have happened? Well, his car was a distance away from the gas station. Remember, the Highway Patrol brought him from his broken down car to the gas station. That meant if his friend had not arrived, so he vanished. So it's possible that he was at the gas station, which is a fairly safe location. And looking into further reports on this, 11 Alive, which is the name of the TV station where this is out here, this actually done a follow-up little report on the autopsy. They were stating that this is the location of the world's tallest thermometer. And it's very hot there. As stating, they went on to say it gets up to 108 per day and things of that nature. Also, the body was found without any evidence of trauma, blunt force trauma or anything like that. There was a slight crack to the skull, but that happened from moisture, leaving the body. Okay. So this person was about 6'4", fairly large individual, fairly probably 6'4" kind of individual usually. there's a large differential there from that size and someone that's like, 5 feet tall. So this person could probably defend themselves, a physically a large individual, being a model. They probably worked out. I'm just stating these facts to show that, it's not easy prey for someone. Now, what could have happened? Well, the heat could have gotten to this individual. To be fair, let's keep it real. And they, lack of water, perhaps, although they're at the gas station, maybe they went re-looking for their car. They forgot something. They wanted to go back to their car, although that doesn't seem very plausible given the heat and conditions and the danger and walking along a road like that. You just don't know. But the real question is not so much due to the sequence of events that happened surrounding that aspect, whether he walked back to his car after the police officer left, he decided not to wait for his friend, he forgot his cell phone, he forgot his money, or whatever. The point is that at the gas station, he disappeared. He wasn't seen anymore, and his body was found, a distance away from the gas station in the desert, and that's where he was stumbled upon by the hikers who found out his organs were missing. So we'll come back to this information in a moment. I had to copy and paste some of it from this article because it really due to the functionality of the website. For instance, I'll give you an example. If you just touch on these stuff up here or accidentally click something, you might as well be in Wonderland. Okay, so the functionality wasn't there for the site to be able to do that. So I've got everything copied in here in Pastebin. This is, of course, attributed to the site prior. But we'll go through a couple of these things here. Before we go on, let's go to the Daily Mail article, which was updated, I believe, in May this year, May the 26th. So remember the last case I was citing back on the Georgia model? This is his mother here, but that is from 2013. So you're literally going forward another 4 years here, and now his mother is seeking answers. So let's go through these, blow it up just a tad here for the Daily Mail. Mother still searching for answers 4 years after her son. I just like to touch on something here. If he was a mechanic, I just want to point something out. If he was a mechanic, if he was a roofer or something, if he worked on an oil rig, you wouldn't continually say in every single article, her oil rig working son. Not in every article, right? But because he's a model, it's her model son. It's kind of a bit ridiculous, actually. After her son, 24, was found dead in the Californian desert with his heart, lungs, kidney, liver, and eyes missing. Okay, so to get rid of those organs for an animal, for say, your heart is behind your rib cage. Your lungs are behind your rib cage. Okay, so those are two protected really organs that would be harder to remove. So how did these get out of his body? You don't use this terminology if they just were pecked by a bird, there was like claw marks and something had been eating and gnawing around the bones. You just say it was an animal. The only way you make these kind of comparisons is if they're literally gone from the body and maybe there's a small opening in the stomach. It's very hard to get those organs out. Just very strange case here. Ryan Singleton, 24-year-old aspiring model and filmmaker, was found dead in the Mojave Desert in July 2013 with his organs missing. Very hot month, okay? Reaching, as stated in this other video I referenced, it's on the side here actually, but that's just pure speculation, most of that. Most of the heat there it's very hot environment around there. This is through the day. Singleton left Atlanta for his road trip, Los Angeles in July, and broke down in the desert, as I reiterated there. So we've already covered this here. Joggers found the body 2 months later with his eyes and organs missing. And the actual other reporter says it's hikers, but I don't think that really makes that much difference. But it does make one specific difference, and that's people do not go jogging in the desert that far away from their homes. Okay, so if it's hikers, that explains a further distance, whereas joggers, there would be a shorter distance away from towns. Now, I'm not saying it was drastically away from, civilization here, which isn't the case. He was a short distance away from the gas station, but those kinds of little details do matter if you're looking at it, because I don't have any addresses. I haven't looked at the exact location, which I should have done. I should have pulled it up on Google Maps. We should have given it a little investigation. Looking at the distance away from the gas station, types of terrain, how hot it was on that day, all these kinds of things you could kind of like chart out to match up to see if something, to look for patterns. A heartbroken mother is still searching for answers nearly 4 years after her son was found dead. So this is the individual here. So I guess they were semi getting on the road there to chasing their dream of being a model. This individual's mother here. Once there, he called a friend who lived 3 hours away and asked for help, his family said. 3 hours away, very large distance there. But when his friend arrived, there was no sign of Singleton, and a missing persons report was filed. 2 months before joggers came across Singleton's decomposing body, which was missing its organs, in an area that had been extensively searched by detectives and investigators. So what does that tell us? Well, usually detectives and investigators, if this was a search by detectives and investigators, and that's another hallmark of what you see in the work of David Paulides, whereas they find these bodies missing organs or missing their eyes, or up on the side of hill cliffs with the end of clothes missing, miles from a location that they couldn't have traversed, then that tells you that's a similar example of that, is that these places where the people are found are usually in places that have already been searched, but I'm not sure about if that's what they mean there. His mother, Iris Flowers, said at the time that investigators called her and said, "Ma'am, there were no eyes, there were no heart, there were no lungs, there were no liver, there were no kidneys." So his entire body had pretty much been, all these organs had been removed. How did that happen? Well, I don't know how that happened. You really have to look at the autopsy report, or you have to look at all this stuff and see what happens. There's the one that speculates here to the autopsy report, but really want to see the autopsy report itself, or at least have someone decipher it. I'm only giving this a small overview. If you're interested in this, there's a lot of information out there. Have a little bit of other look into it. The San Bernardino County Coroner's Office said there was no official cause of death after the body was found, but that the body was severely decomposed. Animals might have been involved, so it's a possibility there. Not sure how that happens. Of course, in something esoteric like cattle mutilations, for example, they state that it's bugs, because they can prove anything. Very unusual here. Flowers said he wants to know what happened to his son. This is Iris Flowers, the mother, who had recently married and separated from the husband, right? So these people seem to be well-to-do for a guy, it looks like. The truth, the answers, the justice, the accountability of what happened to my child. Flowers explained that her son left home in Georgia to move to New York to chase his dreams of becoming a male model in 2010, but later ended up in Los Angeles to pursue film production. Pardon me. I'm glad that he did go. He took the courage and he went. He was brave. Ryan was never afraid to try anything. He was never afraid. Most things he tried, he mastered. So very interesting here, I think, the entire case. So here we have some kind of more information here from the Daily Mail. Something bad isn't going to happen to me, isn't it? He asked his mother. She told him. So he seemed concerned, maybe something bad, or I don't know. His mother said she's unable to afford an attorney and her son's case is still open, an open death investigation in the state of California. She said that she thinks her son was killed for his organs. That's what she's saying, okay, which isn't out of the question. I mean, it could be, what if it is organ harvesting? You know, you give your blood sample to someone, they go through a database, try to find a match. They take this person out. Someone's paid for it. I mean, people don't believe in this kind of stuff, but actually organ harvesting is worth billions of dollars. Look at the UN reports. Look at the information out there. It's like the drug trade. When they try to get organs for, you know, they get these people and they harvest their organs out. And it's just really cold and clinical, really. So this is the last scene in this location in Baker here, last seen July 2013. So last seen there. So he literally was between Las Vegas and Los Angeles there. Very interesting. So his car would have been where he was found here. I'm guessing his car would be found a little bit away there, not very far away from his car in scales of map turns if you're looking at the United States, that's sure. But interesting case. So got the same pace bin kind of things here. So his body was found 74 days later, nearly 2 miles away from the gas station without its organs, okay? So that's a distance, and you have to ask yourself, if it was found that far away from the gas station, then he seems to have wandered off for some reason 2 miles away into the desert in the great heat from the gas station, from waiting in a safe location. It's possible. Keep it real, he might have been delirious. It's also possible someone picked him up at the gas station and said, hey, I'll take you to your car. What do you need? I'm a mechanic. You know, he's got his like hockey mask in the back there. You know, I don't mean to. I mean, it's a serious thing, but, you know, it's possible that person could have like, you know, people prey on people. It's possible that if it was real organ harvesting, for instance, that, you know, you're really tracking a subject. You know, you're looking for their weakness. You know, maybe for the last week, got the patient all ready to go in hospital, waiting for those organs, and you're tracking this person like prey. So they're going on a trip. Maybe you even give them the note, say, hey, you should go to Las Vegas. You know, you bump into them. Next thing they go, okay, oh, hey, I can lead you somebody to go to Las Vegas. Don't worry about it. Or LA or wherever you're going. Get in your car, here's the money, they talk you into it. They they break something in your car, you know, they take the head gasket off or something and, you know, block the flow of oil somehow, put the head gasket back on. They'll give you like maybe a couple of hours on the road before you break down. Engine overheats, car breaks down. You know, you see the sheriff, they take them to the gas station or whatever. It's very predictable kind of steps there. Meanwhile, you're at the gas station. Hey, I didn't know. I heard you're going to Las Vegas. It's me again. Jump in the car or take you back. We'll go get a mechanic. We'll take you to your friends down there 3 hours away. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Jump into the car. Hey, where are we going? And you've just given them like a beer or something like that to relax. And their vision starts going haywire. Hey, you're in a very complicated situation. You wake up on some operating. Hey, where are we going? And you've just given them like a beer or something like that to relax. And their vision starts going haywire. Hey, you're in a very complicated situation. You wake up on some operating table in the back of a helicopter. Hey, where are we going? And you've just given them like a beer or something like that to relax. And their vision starts going haywire. Hey, you're in a very complicated situation. You wake hey, where are we going? And you've just given them like a beer or something like that to relax. And their vision starts going haywire. Hey, you're in a very complicated situation. You wake up on some hey, where are we going? And you've just given them like a beer or something like that to relax. And their vision starts going haywire. Hey, you're in a in a very complicated situation. You wake up on some operating table in the back of a helicopter, take your organs out, tip you out into the desert. I mean, it's sophisticated, right? You're dealing with, I don't mean to go into conspiracy land, but organ harvesting is real. It's like gold. People mining gold. They go out there and mine gold out of mountains with great machinery to get that money. You think they're not going to have the same kind of operating procedure and expenditure to get organs for people that are, billionaires or multimillionaires, or give away all their fortune just for the organs? Come on. That's if it is organ harvesting. Could totally be predators. Could totally be that. How would I know? I have no idea. So most of this just reiterates what was said in the Daily Mail. At the time she was worrying. So Ryan eventually decided to leave his production team in Los Angeles and headed back to New York. He married a celebrity stylist, okay? So this is married a celebrity stylist, very famous. I mean, they earn very good money, which is like $400 a haircut or something. I go out and cut my hair with a pair of scissors in the mirror. I have pretty long hair now. I've last few months, it's been a while. I need a haircut. My hair's getting long, got a beard. Look like I live in the Alaskan wilderness or something. I find out on social media Ryan has gotten married to a man twice his age. Oh, I didn't know that. So I find out on social media Ryan has gotten married to a man twice his age. Okay, so it turns out, I thought, that's very interesting. Turns out that he married a man. Is that it? So he was gay. I'm not sure if I'm reading that right. Not that it's, it'd probably be normal in California or etc. or in all these places, but I'd never seen that in the article before. So that's interesting. It'd be interesting knowing who this individual was. I thought I'd seen it before. I thought they were a woman. I don't know. Just 4 months later, these two separated. Ryan moved back with his mother in Georgia, who sensed something was wrong. Iris remembered the conversation she had with her son. So this is here from look in the Daily Mail there. Something bad is going to happen to me, isn't it? Ryan asked his mother. Ryan, what are you talking about? She responded. Iris asked her son if he owed money to someone, and he said no. Of course he says no. No one tells their mother, come on, yeah, I owed, $60,000 to the cartels, Mum, and I can't pay them. No one says that. Who's going to say that? You don't want to worry your mum. Of course not. I've done a lot of things to hurt a lot of people, Ryan replied. Iris said she never found out exactly what he was talking about. So what did he do? I don't know if he felt some kind of way he left the production team or married this individual and it didn't work out, and now he's at home. He knew he hurt me by disappearing and not communicating with me. Anybody outside that, I couldn't figure out who it could have been. Interesting. 2 days later, Ryan abruptly left Los Angeles again. This was the last time Iris saw her son alive. So 2 days or that week, her son had said that he's done a lot of things to hurt a lot of people and that something bad was going to happen to him. He could feel it in his bones. And then it happened. He was on literally a lone stretch of road out of some horror movie, and he actually was at the gas station, made a call to his friend 3 hours away or whatever. I think it was 3 hours, and his friend was on his way. Next thing, he vanishes without a trace, is found by joggers or hikers, depending which version you've read, and out in the desert with his eyes missing, his heart, lungs, liver missing out of his body. So something happened to him that was extremely unusual. I mean, these places have got some of the best forensic teams on Earth. They could figure out, you know, if it was animals. Okay, all I can say is it could have been animals. Obviously, the body had been there for a number of, I think it was 2 months. That's enough time for, you know, to degrade quite a bit. But in that dry air and things like that, then it's you'd expect the tissues to be somewhat intact if they weren't attacked by animals. Although, in most cases, you'd expect all the animals to just eat it away to obliteration, right? You know, that you just find like a skull floating around or something. So, very weird. Actually, see, if you don't mean to go into tinfoil wet, you know, we're in conspiracy land here. I know that I research a lot of stuff, okay? And I've seen in cattle mutilations, for example, when the animals are mutilated, whether they're cattle or whatever they are, whatever's causing the mutilations up for debate, I guess, for some people, what happens is other animals and predators will not touch the body. They just stay away from it. You know, like horses are rear up, or, you know, birds will fly out of the forest kind of thing. They just will not touch the body. It's completely untouched. So these things just sit there and bloat up. And I wonder if that was a similar scenario. Of course, I'm just wildly speculating. You have to look at the autopsy report and the bodies, I think. So yeah, just a little bit of interesting information there, I think. So hottest place, son goes missing there. And what can you do? What is happening? Let's have a look at this little bit of the Fox News report down here as posted by Cypher Avenue. So shout out to them. Let's take a little clip here from the Fox News at 10.
1,000 miles away leaves an Atlanta family with a lot of heartbreaking questions.
Tonight, a Mapleton mother searches for answers about her son's death, including why internal organs were missing from his body. Fox 5's George Franco joining us from Control A with tonight's top story. George.
Deidre and Russ, 24-year-old Ryan Singleton left Metro Atlanta in early July to chase his dream of becoming an actor or model in Hollywood. Instead of dreams coming true, his mother is now living a nightmare, wondering about her son, whose body turned up near one of the most inhospitable places on earth, Death Valley, California.
Let's just have another look at that. I'll just come back in 1 second. I've got to reroute it. Okay, so back here, let's play it again.
He went to Las Vegas during a weekend visit and got missing in Baker, California on the way back.
Iris Flowers tell me joggers discovered the body of her son, 24-year-old Ryan Singleton, September 21st in the desert near Baker, California. That's between Las Vegas and Los Angeles. She says she'll never forget the call from police.
I said, there were no organs. He said, ma'am, there were no eyes, there was no heart, there was no lungs, there was no liver, there were no kidneys.
So it's very interesting for the police to say, you know, and it's very interesting, isn't it? Maybe they've changed their tune lately. Sometimes I do wonder, after months go by, it seems their philosophies change or their speculations here. Of course they do, there's more evidence. But yeah, let's keep on watching this.
San Bernardino County Coroner's Office says right now there is no cause of death. The body was severely decomposed. Animals might have been involved. The case has been sent to the Specialized Case Division because it deserves more attention than we can give it. Ms. Flower says she was told the body was mostly intact.
Because I don't know of an animal that comes to a body and just pick out certain parts of the body. I don't think this was animal activity at all.
Ms. Flower says Ryan left Atlanta in early July, traveled to L.A., then in a rented car drove to New Mexico, Arizona, and Las Vegas. She says his car was found in the Death Valley Desert a few miles from Baker. He was last seen at a gas station in Baker in July. His body discovered a month later.
See, that's a strange detail, isn't it? Because I thought it was 2 months later. Now it's a month later. Something about this just doesn't add up. The details... Well, I guess it might be the news reports, but they seem a bit all over the place. Maybe I'm just dyslexic and reading it wrong, but I thought this article said 2 months. Now they're saying a month here. The mother's saying that she was told it wasn't like severely damaged the body and all these things were removed. Then they say it is decomposed. Just weird stuff. And of course, that probably happens with stuff like this. So let's take a look. Come on, go.
He lists a picture of him being in the AM/PM store, and he was found 1.5 miles or so behind the store.
Ms. Flowers says the coroner's office has released her son's remains. Now she wants to conduct an independent investigation to find out why he's dead.
The hardest part for me is not knowing, not getting any answers, and trying to get him home so we can bury him.
Ms. Flowers says a friend of her son will bring his remains back later this week. The San Bernardino County Coroner's Office in California did not give us a timeline for when their investigation will conclude.
So this is still all open at the moment. It's an open investigation. So I guess they're still on the case, so to speak. Who really knows? But go out there, have a look. Decide for yourselves, take a look into it. Maybe you'll turn up something. Maybe just find it interesting. I think it's one of the most interesting of these strange disappearances, body found in a location that detectives had already searched, perhaps, or people had already searched, according to the Daily Mail, for reading that correctly. It's got all the hallmarks of something very mysterious. What happened? If I was going to use a speculation, I think that if it's correct and these things were removed, and like the detective said to the mother there, then it looks like organ harvesting. It looks like a case of organ harvesting. Of course, just want to comment on one thing before I go on. Let's just jump over to another thing. I tried to find an old case I came across which happened, a cardboard box was found there, and it was only like a few months ago, I think, and it had a child, an infant was found there deceased with its organs removed as well. Now, I usually comment on stuff that I can't even remember if I commented on it, but it was too sad. Some things are too sad to look into. So I didn't at the time, but I thought I would just mention it since it was connected with this. You're probably familiar with that case. If you are, maybe drop it in the comment section for other people. But in the meantime, that's about all for here. Something very strange happened to Ryan Singleton. There's no doubt about it in my mind. And we'll see what happens. Shout out to Sausages the Cat over there at Reddit. Link to the Reddit article will, of course, be placed in the comment section, as well as a link to the Daily Mail article and this video by Fox 5 down at Cypher Avenue there. In the meantime, this is Ed. Go and do your own research. Decide for yourselves, of course, what to believe. In the meantime, stay safe, and I'll see you all later.
Family members of a missing 24-year-old Georgia man whose body was found.
Man, that's this stuff crazy. But there's too many similarities, like with the whole situation, all the way from the organ thing, and then like a couple good points I was seeing in the chat. In the case, the organ thing was introduced strategically, the way they brought this thing in, dealing with the case and everything. But like I said, it seemed like this thing is getting deeper, day by day, second by second, minute by minute. It seemed like, the hole gets deeper. And, it's a possibility that this dude Chosen can be into this organ selling thing, not harvesting, just selling. If people, let's be real, if people into this type of thing, it'd be nothing to kill a person, and turn the body over to whoever they, turning it over to, far as the whole process. It'd be nothing to do that, because I'm quite sure if you running in that circle, the organ thing, and then to kill somebody would just be one of the steps. I don't think the actual killer would be the one to abstract the organs. Maybe they got different people put in place you know, like this guy was just saying. But, you know, he had a lot of good points. He was making a lot of good points with the case. And then even take the mother. We all can see the similarity, even with the mother. We can see the similarity with Teresa Martin. We can see the similarity with Barbara Evans and everything. We see all of that. We even see the same thing. Hey, do y'all remember how, like I was mentioning yesterday, how when Teresa first came out, she was just looking, you know, all bogus. And then now we look at it, and I've been said a couple months ago, before she, matter of fact, before when we were still rocking with Chosen, I said, and I believe I said it on a panel one day, I said Teresa may have some type of surgery done to change her whole identity. And when you look at her now, she looks nothing like she looked when we first, when she was first introduced to the world. She don't look nothing like that. And it's the same thing with the woman that's playing Ryan Singleton, mom. Go back and look at the news footage, how she look, and then later on see how she look. It's the same thing. And the same similarities with we ain't seen Miss Barbara in a while, but we can imagine how she looks, how she probably will look now. She probably done came up. Same situation with the Isis Flowers and Teresa Martin. I'm quite sure it's the same thing, because all three of those situations are damn near exactly the same. This woman came out saying that same thing Miss Barbara was saying, the exact same thing. Remember when Miss Barbara's grandson was found dead on the side of the highway, and then when we reported the story, that it said that the family was waiting on a friend to bring the remains back? That don't make no sense. And even in the Ryan Singleton case, that's the same thing. Isis Flowers, the mother, just said that they was waiting on a friend to bring the remains back. This stuff is crazy. I mean, if this is a it just don't make sense. I don't understand why wouldn't the authorities or whatever, they the ones that supposedly been the ones that contacted the mother and told her about the situation, the organs and everything missing. So how can a friend step in those type of situations? Same thing with Mario, Miss Barbara grandson. That was supposed to have been a violent crime or whatever. And these people want the fact that that lady is on TV or whatever saying that no animals done this, somebody along the way had to try to convince this lady that maybe it was animals. But come on, like the guy just said, your heart and your rib your heart and your kidney is protected by your rib cage. That's why it's called a rib cage. It's protecting the heart and the kidney. So with that, it's not like animals walked up and ate through that strategically and left everything else intact and just abstracted the organs. No, the eyes, the heart, the kidney, the lungs, all this. That stuff was taken out professionally by someone that know what they're doing. And it's a possibility, man, this dude can be involved in something like that, especially, you know, with the conversation I had with the sister yesterday. But y'all gonna get to hear it today. Y'all gonna get to hear it today at 5 o'clock. And man, y'all gonna hear a lot of stuff that's gonna blow y'all mind. We already played the audio, you know, when y'all heard her say that she was sitting right next to Chosen when Chosen got the text from Teresa. Pissed. She was pissed at him. She was pissed off about what he was doing. And it always seemed strange to me. And I don't know, and y'all tell me, did y'all ever, like during that whole time, notice the fact that when we all was rocking with Chosen and we had, you know, Miss Barbara saying, you know, the things she was saying about Teresa and, you know, whatever, Antonia, it was always strange to me that Teresa wouldn't respond to Miss Barbara. She would overlook Miss Barbara and respond to Chosen. That always seemed strange to me, because I'm quite sure everybody in the chat right now, if we all was in that situation, when you respond straight to the woman that's claiming something that you claim that to be false, what she's saying, when you respond instead of some YouTuber that just talking, but that whole thing was strange. And see, now we look back on it, we see it, the picture clearer, much clearer. That was just always strange to me. Like, why is she talking to Chosen? She even went so far to tell Chosen to kiss her black ass. Y'all remember that? So that just confirmed what we heard Calandra say yesterday. When Calandra said she was sitting right there and she got that, Chosen got that text from Teresa. So that makes more sense. That's why Teresa also went on her Facebook page and told Chosen to kiss her ass. And Teresa even, now y'all got to remember this. Now, this is right here. This is the blower right here. Do y'all remember when Teresa made the statement on her Facebook page and told Chosen, you probably the one that killed Kanika? Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that? Let me see a one in the chat if y'all remember when Teresa posted on her Facebook page and told Chosen, you probably killed Kanika, when she was telling him keep her family name out of his mouth, you know, and all that. Then she's in that same post, she said, your ass probably the one killed Kanika. Do y'all remember that? Right. So all this stuff is just adding up. Y'all gonna hear the girl say she was sitting right there next and she saw and Chosen. Then that's what made her say, she said, man, I wanted to contact you and Rob so bad to let y'all, because she said she was seeing the sincerity. Y'all know how we used to be on Chosen panel. You know, Rob would be more, you know, explaining what was going on. And I would be more in the cut. You know, sometimes I jump up on the panel and say things. Even I can be on the panel and still not say too much. But I used to be on the panel and sometimes I say a little something. But she said she used to want to just contact us and let us know about this dude. Man, the girl said that he even admitted out of his mouth. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I know the interview, I'm telling you, the whole thing gonna be heavy, y'all. But I'm gonna just tell y'all this one thing that y'all gonna hear her say out of her mouth. She said that when he was talking to her about him, the time when he went to jail, she said he told her specifically, y'all gonna hear her say it, that Chosen told her about how he used to steal people's identities and rob them and scam them. But she said he tried to make her think that it was something that he used to do and wasn't into anymore. But y'all know we see, you know, we saw different. We learned different because he's very much still into it. So that's why I said this dude, we all just be thankful we dodged that bullet, because all the similarity, I mean, everything is too similar to each other. Every step, they playbook, the way they stories come out, the activity within the situation itself, all of it. They so stupid they don't even change up. But check this out. Something else I want to talk about. Something that we went over yesterday. If y'all remember when I presented that video on his uncle. Now I'm gonna just go back over there how his uncle killed 2 cops and only did y'all saw how he got out early. I think it was a 13-year sentence and he only did 4 or something, if I'm correct. He got out due to overcrowding. But immediately after he got out doing the 4 years, this fool go right inside of a hotel room. Y'all listen closely to what I'm saying. Chosen uncle, I showed it yesterday. Chosen uncle, immediately after he got parole, after killing the 2 cops, he immediately, while he on parole. So I'm telling y'all, these people mildly retarded. You can tell by the things they do. While he's on parole, he cornered 4 people inside of a hotel room and killed all 4 of them for $800. Now y'all tell me, is that retarded or not? So if y'all can see what I'm saying is, it seemed like, and that's what I mean by the similarities in the stories or whatever, because look at Chosen in these hotel games he playing. That's what they was trying to do. That's what they do. That's what we got to understand. This is exactly what they do. They get people and they play these hotel games, and look at it. We're not making this up. I keep telling y'all, Hollywood cannot write this stuff. This stuff can't be made up. It cannot be made up. But what we got to understand is the similarities in the way they doing things. It's all adding up. And this dude can be heavily involved into not just scamming and robbing people and stealing identities and all this stuff, but the organ thing itself. Like I saw in the chat, yeah, we all used to hear Chosen say all the time, yeah, this organ thing is bigger than it's better than the drug game. He used to say it all the time. And one thing we cannot ignore is the fact all the lies. I mean, what would be the reason for the lies? What would be the reason for the lies? It has to be a reason. Like, just take the fake mom. Now, come on now. That was just, we can't, I want to say it was totally unnecessary for him to just come out and say someone his mother. I mean, with him, with the way he was portraying to be this so much of a religious guy, an honest guy, you know, and all that, telling somebody you was adopted, I mean, that's not nothing to be ashamed of. Especially as a kid, you had no control of that. So we always over there rocking with him. And one thing I can say, if he would have brought that to the table, we wouldn't have knocked him for that. We wouldn't have downplayed him for that. We wouldn't have, you know, went against him for that. We would have supported him at that time. Am I right or wrong? So it was just all a scam, and he knew that. So the fact that he didn't do it, I don't think that was because he was ashamed or something like that. I think the only reason he didn't do it because of the scam that they doing. That was the only reason. And I'm gonna say one more thing about the sister that y'all gonna hear speak today. When we show her a picture of the fake mom, the one that's running up all on YouTube fighting his battles, man, that girl said, "Who in the hell is that?" Y'all gotta understand, this is a woman that Chosen was living with. She went to Texas to pick him up, brought him to her home, and quickly after he got there, she wanted him gone. But y'all gonna hear it straight from the horse's mouth. But yeah, we see the similarities, you know, his uncle, and now they finna execute his ass. And y'all even hear the dude say, they don't understand why there's no execution date set yet. But it's, you know, it's just all crazy. And it's a possibility that this dude really could be into the organ thing. Who knows? Like I said, what's the reason for all the lies? All the lies, and look at the story, how they said just everything not matching up. Everything not matching up. You know, the ISIS flower basically saying the same thing Teresa was saying. Still trying to get answers. Hiring private investigators. And all this stuff. It was all crazy. I mean, that's my point. It was all crazy. It was all just a bunch of lies, a bunch of scripted lies. So to me, if the lie is scripted, then the whole thing is scripted. Because I keep saying this, we gotta understand that for all these people that was involved, think of everybody, how many people? It's well over, gotta be well over, we're just gonna use a small number, grab a number. It gotta be well over 30 people that we know, that we can just call out, that we seen all the way from the protests, from Teresa family and Kanika friends, the activists and Rosemont police, all these, we just gonna say from 30 to 50 people. Now, ask yourself this question. Out of them 30 to 50 people, we didn't get not one answer from nan one of them. Not even the supposedly be mom. We didn't get not one answer out of none of them. We didn't get not one answer. And when y'all hear this woman say who's some kin to Chosen, man, I'm telling you, when I heard her say it, I just, my jaw dropped. When I heard her say that yesterday, my jaw completely dropped. And I'm not kidding. And it made perfectly good sense. I'm telling you, I was like, oh, man, so this is why. Yeah, yeah. We got you, boy. We got him, y'all. We got him. We been had him, but we really got him. We got him. And like, you know, a lot of the stuff that he came out with, just knowing that it's just stuff that, you know, you wouldn't think that a simple YouTuber, a person just on YouTube wouldn't know. You just wouldn't know. And by us being so wrapped up into it, then, and let's be honest, some of us, a lot of us probably considered, you know, considered a lot of things when we was dealing with them, but just still went forth because of the justice that we all was seeking. That was more important. Yeah, cutie queen, he boxed in now. We got that fool boxed in. But I'm telling y'all, this Ryan Singleton thing, there's no doubt about it. I feel it in my heart. Chosen is involved in that. Chosen and y'all know, and everybody in the chat right now, y'all know this. When we was with Chosen and we was reporting the story, and when me and Rob mentioned the Ryan Singleton thing to him, well, I really did, because I had brought it up to Rob too. He didn't even want to touch it. So why wouldn't he want to touch a story dealing with the organs and all that stuff at that particular time? I mean, that's what we was on, right? That's what we always reporting. What's good with the world news? Yeah, but I'm telling y'all, this stuff is deep. I believe that dude has something to do with that, because it all just makes sense. It all make perfectly good sense. But this is his day. This is Denevius Bivens' day. Bivens ain't even his last name, y'all. Not his birth last name. It's crazy. I'm telling you. And this dude, like I say, his uncle get 4 people up in a hotel room, then kill them over $800. And I hope y'all did the research. You can just go to Google and put the dude name in. I don't remember. You got to go back. I can't think of his name right now, but just go back to the video that I did last night with his uncle. His uncle face is on the thumbnail, so this yeah, you can just Google his name and quite a few pictures will pop up. But yeah, this guy get 4 people in the hotel room, kill them, took $800. I think they said something about he took somebody's wallet in the process, and now they finna fry his ass down there in Texas, right where Chosen at now. Where you at now? I'm telling y'all this. Y'all gonna hear the girl say the adopted mom want nothing else to do with him. The adopted mom told her this. She don't never want to have nothing else to do with that dude. And the real mom said the same thing. See, he play these games like we said yesterday. He's the only one on here playing. Why are we at where we at right now? Why are we here at this point? It's because of him. See, me and Rob, when we made the decision to expose him because of the things he was doing, it was all truth. So how did we get from that to this? It's because he's still playing. He's the only one playing. We're not playing. We this far because we was forced to go this far because of him. He still want to lie and play games and all this, when all the evidence point directly to him. It's pointing directly to him. So why is he still playing? Because he a damn fool. That's the only logical explanation. He's a damn fool. And this organ thing, we cannot ignore. But like I said yesterday, y'all, we got to find out who some of these people is. That older guy that Ryan was supposed to have married, who we heard ISIS say to supposedly be mom. We need to find this guy. We need to put some pressure. And I don't know if the sister in the chat right now, or if enough people had got Cynthia Bailey model agency number. We need to flood that place and make her give us some answers. And we're gonna let her know. Either you give us some answers or we gonna rain down. We're gonna rain down on you and make this a big story. So you need to tell us something. What do you know about this? Why did they have her all over the media portraying to be married to this dude? See, they all in this together. There's so much, and that's what I said yesterday when we was looking at the media guy that do all the media. That's possibly the one behind the Kanika Jenkins story, movie, or whatever. But it's another. Along with that, I meant to tell y'all yesterday. It's another film production that we gonna start investigating as a family. And the name of this film production is called Bloodline Films. We got to get some information on that because I heard that he was the one directing the Ty Rowland video. I heard that dude, that Bloodline Film dude. We're going to find out. Yeah, we're going to dig into this. We already done kicked the lock off and open a box of secrets. So now we're just slowly pulling their tricks out. But I heard, I got some information and I'm checking it out. And now we finna check it out. I heard that the dude behind Bloodline Films was the guy that was directing the Ty Rowland video. The whole party, I heard he was the one behind the thing in that room directing that. So we're gonna see what's to it. We're gonna find out some answers like we've been doing. Yep, there go. I think that's that number in there. That's Brianna. Brianna, can you drop it a couple more times? Yeah. Yep, you're right, word it is. And drop it a couple more times. And make sure everybody get it. I appreciate that number. We're gonna flood Cynthia Bailey and let her know that y'all devils is not getting away. And Phaedra Parks already did some dirt to us. You know, we didn't care about no money at that time. We wasn't about no money. We was trying to get real justice. But it just showed what they all about. That was that Cynthia Bailey. By today being Sunday, I don't know if we can get into it, but we're gonna leave voicemails and we're gonna flood that boy today, tomorrow, until we feel it's enough. Until we feel we got enough answers from her. But she got to tell us something. If they play them games over the phone, y'all know how we're going to do it. They play games over the phone, we're going to take it to social media. It's already on social media. So if they play once we start calling, we just going to turn it up a notch. And she don't want that. She don't want that. And we're going to come back to Phaedra. Phaedra ain't got away. We're going to expose her too. We might have to expose them both at the same time because they all crooks, scam artists. Y'all remember Phaedra's husband went to prison for scamming people. Her and him. He just took the fall. He just took the fall. But yeah, this dude chosen. We gotta look into it because this dude is involved in this stuff deeper than what we thought. And like I said, today is Denevia's day. We gonna find out what's going on. And y'all be tuned in for at 5 o'clock. The exclusive. I know he gonna be tuned in. He probably calling her phone and texting her and, hey, don't do it. It's done. Too late, chosen. It's done. It's already done. But y'all make sure Rob probably go live. Or we probably be back a couple times before 5 o'clock because today is the day. Today is D-Day. By being Denevia's day, y'all remember the old saying, it's D-Day? That's what it is. Today is D-Day, Denevia's day. We're going to get to a lot of stuff. Brianna, appreciate that. Yeah, there was that number again. Let's get that number. Let's share these videos on the social media, on our other social media sites like Facebook and Twitter. And like I said, when we all be live, the whole family, anybody that's rocking with us, or even other YouTubers that's on the same page we on, let's share these lives on our Facebooks and stuff, so we can get more people awakened to what's going on. We share these videos, it's okay. Let's share it. Let's get the word out there. But everybody get ready, because today is D-Day, Nevia's Day. Yeah. But yeah, wow, yeah, that you're right, T Gifted. Teresa Martin show did say it. And we're gonna try to pull that up. We're gonna try to pull that back up when she said that. Yeah, and then ain't this crazy, y'all? Teresa had even came out and said that she thought the friends and everybody was innocent, but she didn't say that about Chosen. She said she thinks Chosen. She asked him, did he kill her? Now ain't that crazy? Why would she say that? And then she said it publicly. Y'all listen, y'all. The woman said it publicly on her Facebook page. Now, one time did she come out and say, who is this Miss Barbara Evans, or Miss Barbara, you lying? Or she didn't even tell Miss Barbara to kiss her whole ass like she told Chosen. She didn't tell Miss Barbara that. She didn't tell Miss Barbara to keep her and her family name out of her mouth, but she told Chosen that. She didn't tell Miss Barbara she might have been the one that killed Kanika, but she told it to Chosen. Y'all see what I'm saying? And it's crazy, man. But today is D-Day. So Denevius Bivens with the psychotic serial killer uncle, whoever you and your scamish family is, today is y'all day. Every day is y'all day, but today is the holiday. We're going to officially mark April the 15th, D-Day. April the 15th is officially Denevius Day. Today is the holiday. We're going to officially. I want y'all to do that and get ready for 5 o'clock, because we're gonna rock this. We're gonna rock this food right to sleep. That's what we're gonna do for him. We're gonna rock this food right to sleep. And man, that was some touch back on that. I know it was shocking to me yesterday that I was going in live last night, but like I said, when that adrenaline and that information be coming in, and you just want to get it out right then and there, y'all know what I'm saying. And we all was on we was on our war path yesterday, all of us. That's why they hate us. That's why they hate us. They know how we do it. They hate us. But yeah, that's crazy. Just the fruit don't fall too far from the tree. We know Chosen uncle was a psychotic serial killer, and that was killed 4 people inside of a hotel room for $800. Sound like he was trying to do the same thing. But y'all, we're going to rock out the same way we came in. Peace and love. I love each and every last one of y'all. And we tune in all day, because today is D-Day, Denevius Day. It's going down. This is his holiday. Since he want to scam us all, we got a comeback for him.
These niggas don't know my name, but I'm hard here, better know the game. I was raised on the south side, but the west side is where a nigga came. I don't do that op shit, cause that op shit get a nigga changed. I don't fuck with that cop shit, cause them cops try to get a nigga framed. Got booked for some dumb shit, I ain't never say another nigga name. I was doing me, I was hitting stains. For the money, wasn't for the fame. Young fire flame. Chirac with the killer's claim. Your own shoe babies didn't change. I just wish they had better aim. We similar, but we ain't the same. Grown man, I don't need niggas. I was in the village with the breed niggas. In the club once when they lead niggas. Murder town on the low end. Rock wheel with the hard head. VIP, TVC, tell the industry, give me my bread. Work hard like diesel. Definitely in it like 2-4. Blow fresh like new clothes. I shine brighter than a hue blow. 100 grand to the 100 spam. Through the man down, know the money down. Pop shit like chemo. Or through the shuffle like D-Lo. It's all about that cash cream. 7-4 with the flag green. Ops to ops, ops to cops. Niggas bitches like drag queens. Driller noise Chicago. I blow the top off the Tahoe. The law like to put their hands on you. Fuck the slickers and the transport. Rap shit is the new brand. I'ma get a deal in due time. Real shit, nigga, you blind. If they true crimes on a blue line. Going hard in the meantime. spit mean rag on the green line. We the homie P-Funk, he doing time for that pink line. Clock say that it's bread time, ain't waiting long like the red line. Everybody got a deadline, I'm still ducking that bedtime. Conspiracy, no comparison, seem more white than an Aryan. Niggas say that they won't be, they won't be vegetarian. They say I'm an animal, try to take me to a veterinarian. Shawty call, she with this shit, so I'ma beat the pussy barbarian. Windy City, that heat blow, I'm high flyer than the ego. Take it like no repo, I'm back, bitch, like D-Roll. Fresh off that injury, put me in the game, I'm killing it. It's going down on Madison, but Michigan, magnificent. I ain't even wanna do this shit, but Ron told me to do this shit. I'm going crazy, got stupid spit. Gotta act like who is this? Go to work, no time shit. Can't handle my rhyme speech. I got bars, die hard, fry hard, 5 piece. Fuck a Versace, I need a Bugatti and maybe Ferrari. Look, bro, why you watching me? Get the fuck back, cause you look like an option. You see me get high as astrology, smack me a bitch and don't get no apology. She should have been talking that shit like she won with the click and that money monopoly. I just got put in a ladder, bitch, had to say I got picked out for the robbery. I'm thinking I did it, but told myself when I come home, ain't no problem. Probably nobody's fucking with me, I'm like, obviously, you rappers is whack, I've been holding back, now time to give you all of me. Bitch, I'm a leader, so follow me. Follow me right to the place, so tell them that I'm the man. Yeah, shorty, I'm the man. Reliable, fast, so trusting me. Them niggas that hate sound ugly. They niggas, they bitches be fucking me. I am the man and the shit, and there's nothing you people could do with this. Shorty, she riding so fast and so furious, sweating, I'm ludicrous. The way that she moving her belly like Nelly, I think I'm a lunatic. They thinking I'm new to this, but I'm a better at recipes. Tuna fish niggas is shit out of luck. Telling me maybe they think I'm addicted to drugs. I'm just addicted to love. I'm just addicted to women and spinning this dog. Tell them I'm killing you, Drake. Kendrick Lamar, I'm starting to spin in your face. Homie, I'm taking my place. Sorry, I'm late. I just got out of a cage. Shout out to Gritty, she wrote. Shout out my mother, my brother, my sister, my folks. Shout out to Cody, you know that I'm cold in the industry, owe me some dough. Shout out to all of the women that gave me some dough. Niggas that hate that I'm home. Shout out to all of my people like Evil Knievel. I stunt and they carry the chrome. Shout out to Lil Herb, man. Man, shout out to Nikki, man. Baby, shout out to Shadrack, man. 5 and 6, man. The cops, the ops, and the ops, the cops, man.
You better walk a mile in my Converse. Being at the top is what I deserve. I swear I'm a crime till my soul hurt. A dollar is the only thing that my time's worth. You better walk a mile in my Converse. Being at the top is what I deserve. I swear I'm a crime till my soul hurt. A dollar is the only thing that my time's worth.
Stars on my shoes, a star mile. I've been running this for the longest, I find mine. Haters and obstacles never startle. I converse with her whenever she start to cry. Her face just tell it all when she start to lie. She know I'm real, she says being honest hard to try. I tell her try to issue you, it might work. With a lot of ambition, it'll take some slight work. Winter days, summer nights, they say you wrong whenever that paper coming right. Rich crew shit, people trying to join, we independent, that's a motherfucking common slice.
You better walk a mile in my Converse. Being at the top is what I deserve. I swear I'm a crime till my soul hurt. A dollar is the only thing that my time's worth. You better walk a mile in my Converse. Being at the top is what I deserve. I swear I'm a crime till my soul hurt. A dollar is the only thing that my time's worth.
I'm a star. Somebody lie. If you wanna make it far, you gotta see right past the sky. If you hate me, then to love me, it don't hurt too bad to try. Everything is for a reason, it don't hurt to ask them why. Bad feeling, good mood, you know me. Bad women, good dude, yeah. I'm actually trying to make it nationally. Hard working, who me? I'm glad you can see. Thanks. 40 days, 40 nights, 40 stages and 40 mics, 40 lives. I don't even get the credit that I should. I didn't put in so much work. I'ma need 40 stripes on my stripes.
You couldn't walk a mile in my Converse. Being at the top is what I deserve. I swear I'ma cry till my soul hurts. $1 is the only thing that my time's worth. You couldn't walk a mile in my Converse. Being at the top is what I deserve. I swear I'ma cry till my soul hurts. $1 is the only thing that my time's worth.